Let's go ahead and dive in. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. There's a whole bunch of you here today. We're so glad that you could join us here. My name is Tom Bauman. I'm with RE Technology. And as you know, we're always here to deliver you great, top-tier, educational, quality content and information regarding real estate tech. And for many of you, 2024 was an interesting year, right? For all of us, right? The sky has not fallen, right? You're still doing business. You're here today. You're ready to learn. You're ready to get serious here in 2025, right? Take your business to that next level. And we have got some of the industry's best experts, best educators here today to share some valuable strategies with you on how to do that. And I've worked with Stephanie and Matthew for a while here. They have been in tech, in the real estate industry for years and years. There's no one better to have for you guys here today. And they're going to show you, again, actionable strategies on how to take your business to that next level for 2025. So welcome, Stephanie. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you so much, Tom. We are absolutely honored to be here with RE Technology. You guys do such amazing work for so many years on just being able to get tech specialists working with agents and MLSs and associations. And you guys really have just like your finger on the pulse of what matters in the industry. So we're honored to be here. Hi, everyone. Hello. If I have not met you before, nice to meet you. My name is Stephanie Alfonso. I am the Senior Director of Vertical Innovation at Constant Contact, which is just a cool way of saying that I get to really focus on how we can provide education and superior product that is specific to your industry. And I have been in the real estate space for over a decade. And so it is absolutely my honor to be able to say, hey, this is what matters to real estate professionals. We understand your business and we know what, I hate to say this cliche, but we know what moves the needle in it. So we're going to focus a lot on that today and how we can take your marketing to that next level. So I want to introduce my colleague and one of my favorite people on planet Earth, Matt Montoya.
Thank you, Stephanie. It's a pleasure to be in front of everybody today. My name is Matthew Montoya, Senior Manager, Indirect Customer Ops and Success. What that crazy title means is that I am here to make sure that any customer of Constant Contact is successful. I've been teaching Constant Contact in digital marketing for 14 years. And I guarantee you, if you haven't attended one of Stephanie's webinars, you're going to pick up some great tips today, along with seeing some potential magic within Constant Contact. So here we go.
Yes. So exciting. So a couple housekeeping items, guys. I wish I was with you in person, but we're not in person. So let's stay interactive as much as we can. Tom is also here and is able to moderate within the chat box too and field any questions. And we will definitely check that out. So throw us an emoji, throw us an LOL in the chat. Let us know you're there. We will do question and answers every so often, but I have been doing this long enough. I know Matt has too. And me personally, I've learned to not check the chat box too often, or we will be here all day. And then also stay tuned, check your email. We have some awesome follow-up deliverables that we're going to send to you, some AI prompting guides, a 2025 marketing calendar. So let's keep this education and this motivation going. And for everybody here today, drum roll, please. All of you have a Constant Contact account that you can activate here today. We're going to talk all about your digital marketing plan for 2025. And we want to make sure that you actually have something that you can use, try out for the next 30 days. So all you have to do, I know Tom will throw the link in the chat box, or take out your handy dandy phone, open up your camera, scan that QR code. All you have to do is put in your email. We are not asking for you to put any credit card information in. That will activate a Constant Contact account for you so that you can start leveraging some of these cool things that we're going to talk about here today. Cool? All right. Let's dive right in. I am so excited. How can we make your lives easier? How can we get more business? And how can we save time in 2025? We are all busy. And we're going to talk a lot about branding and how you can really make sure that you are getting your value as an agent in the industry across. But I want to hear from you guys. What are some challenges that you are facing when it comes to branding, when it comes to content creation? Content creation obviously is the name of the game when we talk about digital marketing. When you're thinking about, are you sending an email once a week? What kind of content is good content? Are you on the social channels once a week? Are you utilizing SMS marketing? Oftentimes, what we find is agents don't have the time, the interest, or the expertise to get it all done. We want to hear from you. Throw it in that chat box. We want to make sure we address that. All right. So one thing that I want to talk about, and I feel like I could teach on this for the rest of my career. Listen, my friends, we all know 86% of your business is coming from your sphere of influence, right? 66% of all realtors say none of their business comes from paid sources. 81% of realtors say none of their business comes from virtual tours. 66% of realtors say none of their business comes from open houses. It's coming from your sphere. Your list is everything. But here's the deal. There was a study that was done where they polled a group of buyers and sellers. And out of those buyers and sellers, over 90% of them raised their hand and said, I would use my agent again. Fast forward to when they bought or sold again, only 13% of them actually did. So my friends in the industry, we've got a problem. I call it the leaky bucket. We're not retaining. It's not that they didn't love you, but they just didn't remember you. So we've got to change that moving forward. We want to make sure that you're remembered when people think of buying or selling, that you're the name that comes to top of mind. So keep that in the back of your mind as we really, really dive in. Content creation is going to help us do just that. So the value in it, well, we want to make sure that we are enabling ourselves to attract potential clients. Sorry, Matt, next slide. I was on my roll. We want to be able to attract potential clients, right? When we think of course, the funnel, right, that we talk about. How can we really start getting in front of people so they know exactly who you are and who you serve? Branding yourself as that expert in the industry, in your field, in your community, that brand awareness. Do you have a niche market? Do people know that you specialize in working with first-time home buyers? Do people know that you are that negotiating queen? Client engagement. Are you keeping that consistent communication so that people are not forgetting you after you do close? And of course, driving conversions. So in order to do that, what we're going to talk about here today is content creation to engage what we love to call the trifecta, right? Social media, of course, that broad reach. You have the ability to reach hundreds to potentially thousands of people with the click of a button. Further down that funnel, your email, and even further down that funnel, SMS, text message marketing, that VIP channel of communication. So let's dive into how we can do it. So Matt, you've been with Constant Contact for, what do we call it in tech? A million years?
You call it a million years. It's 14 years. That's right. Yeah. Well, if we talk about engagement, if we talk about having that content creation and building up your brand, the first place we're going to start is email. Constant Contact's been in business now 30 years. In fact, next week we celebrate our 30th anniversary, which is very unusual in software. We built our business on email marketing, but as you'll probably putting together, we offer more than email, but we've got to start with what we built. So we're going to start with email marketing, which is, my question is, why use email marketing in this day and age? Why use email marketing in the first place? Well, firstly, 61% of consumers enjoy receiving promotional emails. Now, a lot of people are shocked at that. What people like getting is relevant emails that are helpful, engaging, informative, educational. They like something useful. One thing that breaks my heart, and I've told you this before, Stephanie, is that in my 14 years, I've taught over 14,000 small business people in person, seeing their faces face to face. And many of those people were agents or brokers. And I would talk to them about their email marketing efforts. And they go, oh, yeah, I put my listings out once a week. Listings. I say, well, what about any kind of client, current client communication? How are you keeping them engaged so that you get those referrals, so you get that repeat business? Oh, I never thought about that. Providing something useful to people, that relevant content, is going to get you a fantastic return on your investment. $1. For every dollar you spend, you get $36 back. And I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Constant Contact's not that expensive. It's not going to take you very long to recoup that investment.
Very true. Consumers
are also most likely to be influenced by email marketing. Now, text marketing is quickly moving up. We're going to talk a little bit about how you treat email subscribers different than text message subscribers, different than social media subscribers. But you really want to have that full omni-channel experience to really reach people where they live. We talk about email marketing. We have to be very aware that 91% of people are checking their email daily. 88% are checking their email on their smartphones. If we were in person and I could see your lovely faces, I'd ask you, how many of you have checked an email today? How many of you checked your email on your phone today? All of you'd be raising your hand. And then I'll kind of joke, how many of you are checking your email right now? Some of you,
You know
right?
what though, Matt, I wanted to jump in here and say, like, when we go on vacation, right? When we're coming back, right? We were on vacation for 10 days or whatever. We don't come home and have the Sunday scaries and think, oh, I got to catch up on my Facebook or my Instagram. We think we got to catch up on our emails, right? Because that's where business gets done.
That is where business gets done. And guess who else is on their checking their email on their phone? Your clients, your prospects, right? You want to make sure you're at the place they're engaging, and email is a place they are engaging as long as you produce relevant content and take some of the tips that we're going to share further. But Stephanie, why don't you talk a little bit about this AI thing?
Yeah. So, of course, we've got to touch on AI. It is obviously infused in everything we're talking about. And with email, it's no exception. And AI is great for automation. I know one of you mentioned that in the chat, but a lot of times agents will come to me and they'll say, like, I worry about utilizing AI to help me create content. The complexity, the lack of familiarity, budget constraints, how expensive is it? But in our industry, we also think of risks of errors, misinterpretations, legalities, fair housing laws, compliance, and all of that. But I want to encourage you all, listen, there are far more benefits to utilizing AI than not, right? When we think about, if I were to stop everything today and say, okay, I get one more sentence with you all, I would say send an email once a week. Send an email once a week, same day, same time, every week, forever and ever. It will change your business. Okay. But when we think about that in theory, we think, okay, I can do that. I can do that. But again, we struggle with the time, right? We struggle with content creation. And this is where AI can help us to be stronger and faster. AI tools, of course, you guys have Constant Contact. You can try it out in your account that we provided for you. AI will help you to automate. AI will help you to edit, to optimize, to personalize. AI will help you to create content in other languages. I know if I've got any of my Miami agents on here today, we know how important it is that we have content for English and Spanish. A lot of my Orlando, I'm in Florida, guys, want the availability to have content in Portuguese. So AI tools are allowing you guys to really, really scale your business because we don't have the time to do it effectively, even though it's going to make a difference. So what I like to say is you don't have time to not use AI. So few content ideas, okay? And we are going to send you an AI prompt calendar, don't you worry. Like Matt said, we don't want to just put out our listings, even though I'm going to kind of talk about that in a second. We want to send out content that's relevant, that is truly going to be brand effective, right? Who are you and who do you serve? Share advice on home ownership, great, home decorating, but what's going on in your community, right? What is going on as far as local businesses? This is an opportunity for you to be that community expert. I've got a client of mine who sends out a newsletter every single month of everything going on in the local high school. And she gets more engagement with her email newsletters than the school does to their website. So I want you to really think about who is it that you are trying to attract and who is it that you're also trying to nurture. Oftentimes that's your niche. And so next slide, get creative, guys. Make it engaging. You don't need to make everything about buy with me, sell with me, because guess what? Your email is also going to be something that is going to be a heat indicator for you, right? If you're sending out a newsletter, let's say once a month, and you've got content that's going out about, a recipe of the month or community engagement, or maybe you're also a lender and you've got stuff going on, putting content out about interest rates and whatnot. But you've also got your listings, right, of 123 Main Street. Well, out of that 1,000 emails that you sent out, you've got 10 people basically clicking on that 123 Main Street. You've got 10 hand raisers there that now you can put into an SMS campaign, right? So really utilizing this email is not just, hey, I'm touching base and I'm building top of mind, but it's also going to be your barometer on what kind of content you can send to the right people at the right time. But also, yes, I want you to share your listings. This can't be all you send, but here's why I want to highlight it with email. You guys are getting pretty good about putting your listings on social media. But I want you, when you think about 86% of your business is coming from your email database, make sure you're sharing your listings, listing updates, and all that good stuff. Also, next slide, request referrals. I'm gonna get on my soapbox. Let me climb on there for just 1 second. Guys, we're in a referral-based business and we're really bad about asking for it. So in your account that we just gave you guys today, I want you guys to, we have tons of templates in Constant Contact. Once a quarter, this is not like every week, guys, once a quarter, send out an email, have it automated to your database, asking for those referrals. I am telling you, you will call me 6 months from now and say, Steph, girl, you were right. Send that out. Next slide. This is where I'm really going to pound my fist, asking for reviews. I want you all to start asking for reviews through email, through social, through SMS. This is your social proof. My friends, I won't even have a steak dinner without checking out reviews. Okay. And don't just ask for reviews at the closing table. That's a great place to do it, sure. But in today's day, when we need to really be showing the value of an agent, I want you to be asking for reviews, even if we just spend an hour on the phone and you're advising somebody on the home selling process. Get a review. You just went through, an obstacle course to get an appraisal done or a home inspection. Get a review. Showcase everything that you're doing and how helpful and what value you bring to the industry at all stages of the game. All right, off the soapbox. Moving forward. It's time for some stats. Real quick, if I haven't convinced you, sorry about that. 93% of consumers say online reviews impact their purchasing decisions. Okay. So piggybacking off of what I just said, guys, stats don't lie. Businesses with over 40 reviews see significant increases in conversion rates. Businesses with positive reviews experience 31% more traffic to their website. Y'all, that's the front door of your business. We've got to really be intentional about drawing traffic. And 72% of consumers say positive reviews make them trust a business, right? Your main focus in 2025 is to build like, know, and trust, and reviews that you are requesting consistently. It's going to really, really be allow you to encapsulate that. Okay, couple of things. Go for it, Matt.
I think we're wasting people's time. We've just spent 12 minutes talking to them about why they should be sending emails and asking for reviews and asking for referrals and getting their listings out. And we haven't told them the how, right?
You're right. You're right, Matt.
If you're going to undertake email marketing, no matter who you use, you got that trial account and Constant Contact, might be a good idea. You need to be mindful that, again, people are reading their email on their smartphone, right? So you need to be mindful of attention spans. The average email subscriber spends 9 seconds in an email. It's very, very quick. You want to think of email as not the destination. It is the billboard for the destination. The destination is your website. The destination is Google for reviews. The destination is that listing online. The destination is where you want people to go. So you need to make sure you keep it simple. Get on my soapbox now. When I do teach realtors and I look at the emails that they build, they are the longest emails in the world. It's 52 listings in that thing. It's people cannot consume that. It's way too much information. So you want to try to keep your email down to about 25 lines of text or less. Make sure you're keeping it, if you can, to 3 images. There's a little wiggle room there for you in your industry. Never have an email be 100% image. I have seen agents send out emails where somebody created a flyer and they just made the entire email this big image of the flyer. And inside the flyer, it was for an event. It was all the event details, location, time, et cetera, et cetera. Well, email's not going to get delivered because the spam filters hate that. They can't read an image. So if they don't know what it's on, what's on or in the email, they're going to throw it in the garbage. It's going to go straight in the spam filter. And make sure you use buttons, little clickable buttons in your email so people can easily click your email on the smartphone. But lastly, most importantly, and Stephanie was starting to kind of build this information into your heads, always link your images. Always link your images. You always want to make your images clickable because you will see an increase in business because you make those images clickable. You have that beautiful hero shot of that fantastic lakefront property. Make it clickable to the listing. More people try to click on images than anything else in an email. The reason is fairly simple. It's this device. Because people have fat fingers like I do, they may have a little trouble clicking a tiny little hyperlink. So you want to make sure you take the advantage of an image and make it clickable. But that goes into what Stephanie and I were talking about in terms of relevancy, because every single time you send out an email, when people click links, they're talking to you. They're telling you, they're raising their hand. I'm interested in this. I'm interested in that. I want to learn more about this property. I want to learn more about your thought leadership. Whatever it is, they're telling you that they're interested. You can see who likes what. By knowing who likes what, you now know what to send them in the future. You know more about them. This is targeting. This is segmentation. And this is the secret sauce of success in email marketing. Why target? Because you'll see a lift in your opens in the future. When you send out emails, you'll see more opens. You'll see more clicks. You will see more business. But all of this is a waste of time if you don't get the email opened in the first place. Now, what drives people to open an email? Most people would say it's a subject line. Not actually true. It's who's sending the email. If you think about your own behavior, you look at your inbox, you're not looking at subject line, subject line, subject line, subject line. You're looking at who sent this to me, who sent this to me, who sent this to me, who sent this to me. So it's very important you use a very recognizable sender's name when you're sending out email. That might be your name, that might be your company's name. It depends on you. But make sure ask yourself, is this the most recognizable name possible? Then people look at the subject line, and I've got a slew of subject line ideas here, but I'm going to save us some time because I've got a little workaround thanks to AI with subject lines. But whatever subject line you end up using, whether you use artificial intelligence or one of my examples that I had on the slide, make sure that you avoid these mistakes. Make sure you don't use words that you would see in a spam. If you use words that you would see in a spam, guess where that email is going? In the spam folder, right? So all of these are going to equate your email going into the spam filter. Don't use words like free, guarantee, spam, mortgage, right? I hate that you can't use that, but you got to be careful with that because there are some unsavory characters that would use that word in a spam. Avoid writing all caps subject lines. That is a surefire way to get in the spam folder. Don't do it. Your email didn't get delivered. Why? Because spammers do that. Can you capitalize each word? Sure, but don't capitalize every letter. Avoid, this one really catches people. Avoid using excessive punctuation in your email. You are limited to, most people don't know this, about 2 pieces of punctuation in your subject line. The more you add, the more your emails are going into the spam filter. Why? Because spammers replace letters with symbols to try to get around spam filters. And now spam filters are smart enough to catch you. But guess what? I just wasted your 12 minutes because now I'm going to show you a little bit of magic. Welcome to Constant Contact, everybody, if you've never been here. Now, in order to show you some really great ways for you to save time, lower your stress, achieve everything that we've just talked to you about, I would actually encourage people to start with what we call the brand kit. So I'm going to Tools and Brand Kit. The brand kit is a way for you to establish your color scheme, have your logo added, any kind of hero images, maybe your headshot, things like that, that you would want to use in email after email after email. But there's an additional benefit to setting up the brand kit. So I set up my colors, I bring in my logo. But Constant Contact will actually do all of that work for me. If you put in your company's URL, it'll actually, Constant Contact will go out and fetch your logo, fetch your color scheme. But, and this is why I'm showing it right now, it actually teaches the artificial intelligence to talk like you. It starts to mirror your brand voice. So if you are working in a particular vertical, if you are a thought leader, if you're this personality, it's going to start mirroring the way that you talk digitally. So our journey with artificial intelligence and saving you time and lowering your stress starts there. But now let me go into an email and show you how else we can save some time and energy. So this is an email I built. I'm not going to give you the secret of how I built it until a couple of minutes from now. But I built this email, and first thing we're going to show off is subject line. So right up here at the top, this is where I'm going to put that sender's name, that important piece that I talked about before. But AI will actually write your subject lines for you. So that's why I skipped over sharing some of those best practice subject lines, because artificial intelligence will do it for you. Let the robot save you some time. You simply choose a subject line you like, and you're good to go. Now, I'm going to do something really interesting. I'm going to add one more exclamation point just to make that thrilling. Let me go to the next feature I'll show you with artificial intelligence. I'm going to go up here to preview and test and check for errors. Artificial intelligence will check for things that would get your email put into the spam folder. I have 2 notes for subject line. Tell me what I did wrong. It caught that extra exclamation point. My email is more likely to go into the spam filter now. Thank you, robots. Next, I'm going to show you how I can add some content to my email. I'm going to get rid of this placeholder text, and I'm going to say write with AI. So I'm going to feed artificial intelligence a few sentences, a few keywords. The more information you can feed it, the better. And remember, you're getting that artificial intelligence guide sent after our session, the prompt guide. I'm going to choose a tone here. I'm going to make it informative. Give it a second. Hit insert. Make it a little bigger so everybody can see. In just a few seconds, artificial intelligence wrote my content. So when Stephanie challenged you to send an email out a week, let artificial intelligence do the heavy lifting for you. Now, because I too live in Florida, I'm going to do all of this again, but I'm going to throw a spin at it. I'm going to write with AI, feed it that same information, but I'm asking it to write in Spanish. Give it a few seconds. Wow. So far, I've done about 20 different languages, including some really complicated ones like Korean and Japanese. It writes the content for you in the language that you choose. But with that, let's head back to the slide deck because we're going to now talk to you about social media.
Yes. And so, guys, if you didn't catch mine and Matt's little joke there, when we say we're wasting your time, is listen.
We're not wasting your time.
Of course. But my joke is that, for so many years, Matt and I have been doing this a long time. We would coach agents, and when we would teach them about structuring an email, it was very different before AI came around. And it was very much do this, do this, do that, do that, do this, do this, do that, do that. And really, it's like, it's important for us to share with you guys, these are the things that are important. But we live in a day now where marketing is easier than it ever has been, because that's where AI saves us time, right? And helps us to be the marketers that maybe we're not built to be. A lot of us don't go into real estate saying, I want to become a marketer. A lot of what we're showing you, hey, these are best practices. These are the things you should be doing. But thankfully, with using these kind of tech tools, guys, you can avoid having to make all those mistakes. You don't have to worry about the spam filter. You don't have to worry about remembering all of that, because AI takes care of all of it. So
I'm going to double click on that really quickly, Stephanie. And I hope nobody was offended by me saying you're wasting your time.
Gosh, no, not at all.
I used to teach an 8-hour class, and people would have to like that piece about writing content. You're going to see some things here in just a little bit where artificial intelligence used to be 2 hours a block of my class time to teach people to do these things. What artificial intelligence does is phenomenal. It saves so much time. But what it won't do is start. You have to initiate the whole thing, right? So our goal is to make sure that you're aware that while it's very easy to do, it still requires you to do it, to take that action, to move forward. But Stephanie, let's go ahead and talk about social media.
Let me just add something there. If you could actually just go back to that slide quickly, because I love what you guys are touching on, right? Is that technology is moving so quickly. It's automating these processes. And we've seen it again and again today in the chat box, right? Consistency, creating that content. And folks, again, the stuff that they're showing you here today, if your tech stack right now doesn't offer you these tools, right, you owe it to yourself to see what else is out there. And so they've been really gracious and given us this free trial for you guys. So please take advantage of it. It is risk-free. It's 30 days. See what's out there. See what AI and these type of tools can do for your business, right? It's worth a try. But one other question we did have in the chat box that maybe you guys can answer for us. Elisa was asking if the features that you've showed so far are available in the light plan. And I assume she means that free trial plan.
They are. Yep. Everything we're showing you, you guys can access in that. At the end of our presentation today, we're going to show you a little bit some advanced technology where we're going to be able to create entire campaigns using AI. That is not available in light, but all of it individually is available in the base light plan that we're giving to you guys. So again, you guys have it. You can use all the base functionality, and then definitely connect with our team if you're like, hey, I really want to do some of this more advanced marketing stuff. And then we can definitely look at, we also have a discount for RE Technology. If you would like to become a paid customer, of course, we'd love to bring you on, where you will get 30% off of your first 3 months as well. So prices range $12 on up, depending on your list size. So again, very inexpensive to leverage digital marketing, my friends.
I love it. And either way, I mean, you guys have shared such great actionable strategies for everyone here. So again, we're so happy you're here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. We want you guys to know what to do. If you do it in constant contact, still do it, but we can certainly help and make it easy and inexpensive for you. So I want to talk about social media. I would ask you guys how many of you are active on social media, or I should say how many are on it. I'm sure you would all say yes, but how many of you are active? How many of you are consistent? The reality is most of us are not very consistent, but your buyers and sellers are on social media and you should be too. So here's what I want to say. Social media is, again, the value of social media is to get in front of the largest audience possible. Now, I will caveat this and say, listen, you don't own your social media list, right? We talk a lot about that, and you hear us talk a lot about email here at Constant Contact. That doesn't mean we don't value social media just as much, but there's a place for it. Social media is giving you that broad audience, and the goal of it is to create clients for life, build that awareness, and drive traffic to build your list, right? The algorithms control social media, and you control your list, right? We'll talk a little bit about in a second, but this is giving you the opportunity to reach that large audience of people you don't know yet, right? And allow them to start building that relationship with you, create clients for life, connect with local businesses, connect with your community, get the most eyes on your properties as possible, and develop that online personality, that online recognition. Who are you? Who do you serve? Here are the 3 platforms that are non-negotiable for Stephanie right now. Guys, no excuses. Once a week, I need you to make sure you're on Facebook, you are on Instagram, and you're on LinkedIn. These are the powerhouses. Of course, massive reach, massive audience. Instagram's that photo and video based. If you're not doing video, guys, listen, 10 years ago, I would have said, yeah, video's great, if you're into it. Now, not even an option. We've got to start leveraging video, and with LinkedIn. 41% of small business owners are active on LinkedIn in the US. We've got to make sure we're getting in front of them. Okay. These are the ones that are going to make the biggest difference. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Dun, dun, dun. TikTok. We get asked about TikTok. There's a lot going on with TikTok right now. I know a lot of us are thinking, well, hold on, TikTok's going to get banned, all this kind of stuff. Here's the thing about TikTok, my friends. The lesson we need to learn about TikTok is we need to diversify our reach. If you are here in our audience today and TikTok is your bread and butter and you are all over it and you are like, what the heck am I going to do when TikTok's gone? This is a good lesson to learn that we don't own our social media list. You do not own these platforms. You need to make sure that everything we're doing on social media, the goal is to capture them into our database. That's the goal. Right? And diversify. We need to build an audience on more than just one platform. Now, the value of TikTok and why it blew up is because it's got a massive expansion, right? The reach is massive, over 150 million active users in the US alone. That short form content, 83% of consumers prefer video content that's under 60 seconds. And lead generation, 37% of realtors have been reported increased lead generation through this kind of engaging content. So we're not going to panic that TikTok's going away. Maybe some of you are like, I don't care, I wasn't on TikTok anyway. The value here is the video. The value here is that reach. So engage with video. You're going to see, this is not a typo, y'all. Listings with the video receive 403 more inquiries than listings without video. Louder for the people in the back, Steph. Yes, 403 more inquiries. So if you are not comfortable being on camera, that's okay. Still take video, use video of other people or of your community or events going on. And of course, your property. We want to see it. We need that. Higher retention. I'm going to retain more information from you if I see it in a video than if I have to read it. And conversion rates don't lie. Okay. Video marketers see 66% more qualified leads per year and achieve a 54% increase in brand awareness. All right. So my challenge, once a week, but I want you to at least start with the first. All right. Let's start there. You can tag me in your video. You want to email it to me. You want to tag me on social. Say, hey, Steph, I did it. I will applaud you. Okay. What kind of content's good content on social? Well, hyperlocal. What's going on in your town, your area, your neighborhood? Be a local hero. I am in Tampa. I can tell you a couple months ago when we were going through the hurricanes, I saw a bunch of local heroes sharing great content and great information about where there were shelters, where there were generators, all these kind of things. And I thought it inspired me to create a class called Local Heroes. Whenever we go through things in our community, nothing galvanizes a group more than these type of events, realtors. It is up to us to step out into our community and provide value. Listing updates, new listings just sold, open houses, price reductions. What makes you unique? What makes you different? What makes you stand out? Buyer's agents, why are you important? I don't ever want to hear someone say they don't need a buyer's agent, ever. Just like I don't want to ever step into a courtroom without representation, right? You should, Tommy's like, yes, preach, preach. You need to be showing who you are, who you serve, what you do, and why I need you. And of course, areas of interests. People do business with people they like, they know, they trust. If you're a mom, I'm going to connect with you. If you watch Dexter, I'm going to connect with you. All right, I know, guilty pleasure. There are things that if you play pickleball or tennis, I'm going to connect with you because it's my goal this year to start playing pickleball and tennis, or either one. I know how to play tennis. I'm gonna get into pickleball. We can talk about it. Everything we're doing is to build that list. My friends, you don't own those social channels. You got to be there, but draw those people into your list. That's where the money is. That's where your kids' college education comes from. That's where your retirement comes from. Build the list. The money's in the list. And social media is going to be the major lever for you to grow it. Okay, so Matt, we need to do it. We're all sitting here overwhelmed going, I don't even have time to do my email once a week. But now you want me to be on social. We're going to make it easy for you. Let's show them how it's done.
Well, just FYI, since you went so stat crazy there, Stephanie, anybody want to guess what the king of content is for email? Video. Video is the most clicked on kind of content you can ever put in an email. But let me pivot to social media. Let's save you some time and some stress. So firstly, just walk you through how AI could help me build out my email and showed you some of those really cool tricks that'll get your email delivered. You spent time developing that email. What might be a good place to share that email? Well, of course, to your email list, but where else? So firstly, Constant Contact has a full social media suite. I'm going to show that to you in just a second, where you can post to Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, anything you want. You can even schedule them if you're in our standard or premium plans. But I just built that email in front of you. Why not share it on social? And what artificial intelligence will do is it will actually read the email I created that it wrote most of. It's going to actually read the email I created. And I'm going to tell it, let's be informative. And it's going to summarize that email for me. So contextually, artificial intelligence knows it's writing for social media. Just like it knew it was writing an email, it knows it's writing for social media. And our SMS tool that we're going to talk about in a little while, when you use AI, it knows it's writing a text message, like keeps it short. Look at this. It added hashtags and everything for me. I really like this one. So I'm going to hit insert as a caption. Choose my channels. And either post it now or schedule it for later. My work's done. I just spent a couple of minutes building that email up. Now I'm going to send it out on social media. But again, I can post anything I want. So it can be my source to get all my social media marketing done. And because in our standard and premium plan, you can actually schedule it, you might set up a couple of weeks worth of social media posts. No longer say, oh, I don't have time to get on social media, get that content out. You can get it out in just a matter of seconds. And additionally, our social media suite comes with social listening. So what does that mean? Well, let me go into my social suite here. It means that rather than having to go to log into this device and that device and the other device, you can come to Constant Contact and get your entire marketing efforts done in one place. So I'm able to actually see the posts that I've sent out. I can see the people that are responding, liking, sharing my content. And if they're responding, I can respond to the responses directly in Constant Contact. A little secret about social media, it's very effective. And obviously Constant Contact's embrace social media. We have it in our system. But the more you get people to engage, the more they're going to see your posts in the future. Just because somebody follows you on social media doesn't mean they see your content. In fact, more often, they don't see your content. It's actually hidden from them. So it's your goal to really get people to engage, which is why Stephanie was so passionate about regularly engaging people on social media. But you've got to be also listening to what they say, not only for positive or negative feedback, but also to re-engage them. If they said something in social media, then respond to them. That's going to increase the times that they're going to see your posts in the future. But with that, Stephanie, we do have one more piece of the pie to talk about.
That's right. All right. So we've talked about, guys, all right, we're going to do an email once a week. We're going to start becoming email marketing gurus or influencers. We're going to commit to being on social media, at least on those 3 channels, because we know it's going to draw more traffic and activity to build our list. The missing part of that strategy is now SMS marketing. Now, what I get asked all the time, well, Steph, what's the difference between SMS marketing and texting, right? I text people all the time. So very simplified, I want you to think of texting is one-to-one, right? Hey, Tommy, I'm on my way. Hey, I'll see you soon, right? SMS marketing, I want you to think of as one-to-many. This is a channel for your marketing strategy. Now, there's a time and place, right, for all of it. So let's dive in and show you the value of utilizing SMS marketing in addition to email, right? Now, first and foremost, one of the things that holds people back from really engaging SMS marketing are the rules and regulations, because it is different than with email. It does start with permission. But my friends, this is a good thing, because people say, well, if I start texting clients and prospects, are they going to get annoyed with me? Right? Like, we just got out of the holiday season, and I'm telling you, if I get another text from Bath and Body Works telling me about their New Year's sale, but again, I opted in for it because I was certainly wanting to find out information from Bath and Body Works during the holidays. It's probably the one time a year I actually shop there. But it starts with permission. So that's telling you these are people who are raising their hand and they want information from you. So first and foremost, when you're engaging with SMS marketing, you're going to want to utilize your email database and really invite everyone to opt into SMS. And when you start, you'll probably get about 50% that will say yes. So number one starts with permission. You have to confirm their participation and set those proper expectations.
And Stephanie, if I can jump in real quick. What you're seeing, this visual, is one example. There's several tools within Constant Contact where you can solicit people for their permission to receive text. So this is a form I built in Constant Contact, but I want to call out something that I put in here, which is this buyer's guide, the 12 steps to a home buying guide. That is a little secret ingredient. If you're going to ask for people to either give you permission to email them or to text them or both, you always want to think of, well, how do I apply a lead magnet? Right? No one really wants to get on an email list. They want something of value. They want something useful and relevant to them, right? So I would set up something like this, especially if I'm targeting this particular audience, right? So if I'm doing a campaign, I'm targeting a specific audience, I'm going to offer this first-time homebuyers guide as a way to attract them, right? And plus, if they give me their permission because they want to receive this guide, well, now I know something a little bit further about them. So savvy marketers will have multiple forms like this for different audiences, for different needs, for different causes, so that they can start to segment their audience even further and provide a different lead magnet. One other thing I'll say before we move on to the next slide, Steph, is these little pieces about compliancy, about regulations, about permission. All of that's built into Constant Contact for you. So it's something you don't have to think about.
Yes.
But what are some other tips we need to provide them?
Yeah, I say thank goodness, because there are so many rules and regs. And listen, in the real estate industry, we're used to that because there's rules and regs, a lot of them. But this the last thing that we want to do is have to think of even more. But of course, we want to make sure we want to give the availability to opt out. Like Matt said, all of these things are built into Constant Contact. But for those of you who are not using Constant Contact, we want to make sure you know these things. And also be mindful of time spans. Quiet hours are very important. They're built into Constant Contact between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Listen, I don't care how much I love you. I really don't want to text from my realtor at 5 a.m. or at 11:30 p.m., right? And don't rely on area codes for that. We want to make sure we have those quiet hours built in. And then remember, guys, I want you to think of SMS as that like VIP tier of communication. So we want to make sure that we're providing a great experience, that you're identifying yourself, you're staying timely, you're staying relevant, that you're being consistent, not constant. And again, this is more short form content. So I want to give you guys a practical example, okay? Think about it. I'm opted into receiving text messages from you. This isn't where you're going to send out all your long form content or just your FYI kind of content you would send in email. This is going to be something that maybe you're augmenting your email. Again, the example I gave you, if you're sending out a newsletter to 1,000 people every week or every month, and you've got your listings there on the bottom, and you've got 20 people who are consistently engaging in 123 Main Street, now put those folks in an SMS campaign. So now I'm getting those updates on price reductions or open houses. Because listen, this is where consumers are really leaning as far as how they're receiving updates. If I'm really looking at that 1, 2, 3 meter, I'm clicking, I'm engaging with that email, and I'm driving around on a Saturday morning with my husband doing errands, and I get that reminder, oh, open house, 12 to 2, honey, turn the car around, right? I want to receive that update. I got asked from Delta recently, the airline, do you want to receive text updates? Heck yes, I do. Right? I want to know right away. You want to know where where I also saw agents using SMS marketing, again, becoming a local hero during the hurricanes. When we were in the hurricanes and I wasn't having access to my email, but I'm still getting SMS updates. I mean, honestly, again, it inspired me to create a whole class on it. Talk about being a community hero to being a community resource. So SMS marketing, short form content, right in the now. So be unique, bring value, be personal, be conversational, and allow this to be kind of when you think about maybe you have your top 100 or your top 50. This is going to be that, again, that upper echelon level of communication. Because remember, you're interrupting what I'm doing. Email, I have to go to my email. Social, I have to go to my social. I'm asking to get information from there. SMS, I'm getting notified. You're interrupting what I'm doing. So we need to make sure that it's an extreme value base. So all of these together, right? We think about email, SMS, social media. We need to start really thinking about how we can work all of these together because they're equally as important. Nice quote from one of our clients right here. I don't have a budget right now to pay someone to do my marketing, but with the help of AI, I can do it myself. And that's the lovely part of this. And if you do have somebody doing your marketing, they're going to absolutely love you for providing tools that can help them with this. So going in, I want you guys to think about everything we're going to show you as the party principle, or that we have shown you, and how we can pull it all together. Want to think of life as a party. So when we think about our social media, I want you to think about the social media is the big party. Everybody and anybody is invited, right? If you'll sell them a house, you can have them follow you on social. This is where your reach is. Now we're going further down that funnel. Email, I want you to think of as the after party. This is where business goes down, okay? And some say is more fun. And then further down that funnel, we've got that VIP, right? Your most engaged clients, your upper echelon of communication. And I want you guys to harness the strengths of all of these. Someone says to me, Steph, what's the most important if I only do one? Gosh, that's hard for me to answer because they all work in tandem together. Harness the strength of the reach and the broad audience of social, the more detailed, robust engagement with email, and the time-sensitive exclusive information with SMS. So Matt, we've given them a lot of information and we're sitting around going, holy smokes, this is so important. How am I going to do it all together? I would love for you to do a mic drop for us and how we can pull this all together with a few clicks of a button.
Let me ask you guys one quick question that we had in the chat.
Yeah.
Just really quickly, someone was asking, obviously they're interested in the free trial, but they're wondering what the training is like in the beginning. It seems like there's so much, right, that you can do with this. Can you just answer that for us quickly? Kind of, I'm sure you'll probably cover it, but just kind of what the training looks like.
Yeah, well, Matt, this is kind of your wheelhouse, so I won't.
Yeah,
I actually wrote back that I've used a lot of this and I figured it out in about an hour without any training.
You know, I wasn't going to start there, Tom, but I will start there because we have built this 30-year legacy on a very intuitive tool. You know, it does require your curiosity. You need to click on things, but do know you can't break it. It's software. But when you get an account, we actually reach out to you and we coach you one-to-one. On top of that, there is, you know what, I'm going to jump into Constant Contact to show you something.
Yeah, go for it. That's awesome. I think that's all I need to hear.
Let me get out of this and go to the top right-hand corner of every page of Constant Contact. See this question mark? So this is our knowledge base. We've won awards for this. So most of this is video-based content. So you want to say, oh, well, Matt showed something about AI and email. Type in AI and email. You'll see a little video teaching you how to do it. But this is you want to know the real secret to why we've been around for 30 years? It's free support. Free support. Open and available nearly any hour you'd likely be working. These folks are dedicated to help you be successful. Now, one interesting fact, and I think this goes into Tom's comment about it being an intuitive tool. We learned last year that 80% of the calls that our support teams take are about marketing. They have nothing to do with our product. Only 20% of the calls are like, how did I do this? Or how do I undo this? Or there are very few technical questions that our customers have. But these folks are available to bounce ideas off. And hey, is this a good subject line? And what about this content? They want to know marketing things, which I think Coming back to Tom's question, you're going to get trained up, and we're going to make sure you're trained. But then also be curious enough to check out our knowledge base and call our support when you need them. We also have constant webinars. We actually have something kind of like office hours where every day somebody is there to just take questions and show things like this. It's almost like a webinar, except it's just open forum. There's how much training comes out of Constant Contact. That's what we built our brand on. But that's a great segue on not being able to click, not being afraid to click on things, and easy to use, right? A couple of words I just used there. So Stephanie and I just talked to you about omni-channel marketing, email, social media, SMS. And I've shown you a little bit about how artificial intelligence can help save us some time. I'm going to show you two more things that are going to, ideally, as Stephanie said, allow me to drop the mic. The first one is I am going to come back to email here, and I'm going to go to the content generator. So I'm going to bring it back to my 14 years of teaching Constant Contact. As Stephanie and I said, back in the day, we used to have to talk to people about using this size image and this much text and have it be this big and that. AI does everything for you. So I'm going to feed artificial intelligence the same thing about an event coming up, right? And we're going to leave it as an announcement, and we'll make it informative again, hit create. Now, awesomeness does take a second, but what this does is phenomenal. It will build the entire email for me. Subject, the headline, subhead, body copy. It suggests an image for me, a call to action. Everything has been created for me. I open it up in the editor, and if I use the brand kit that I started off my demonstration with, my logo would be there, my color scheme would be there, everything would be in place. Now, you just watched it build a perfect email. This is optimal. When I talked about 25 lines of text and no more than 3 images, everything, it built that for me, right? I used to have to teach that for hours, and now AI has accomplished this in seconds. I just showed you it can build an email. What else can AI do? Well, another component of the training that I used to do was omni-channel marketing, making sure that your message is out where people live, meaning that not everybody's going to be paying attention to social, not everybody's going to be paying attention to email, maybe not everybody's going to be raising their hand, joining your text list. You want to make sure you're reaching people where they are, but you need to be consistent about it. And that's a real challenge for people. So I'm going to go to create, and I want to say build me a marketing plan. Now, Stephanie had mentioned that there was one feature that is not in our light plan. It's this, okay? You can go build social media on your own. You can go build email on your own. SMS does come at an additional fee. It's very reasonable, but it does come with an additional fee, but it's available in all of our plans. But this particular feature only comes in our standard and premium plans. So it starts off by you telling artificial intelligence, well, what's the goal? What are we trying to achieve? And well, I'm trying to promote an event. I'm feeding it that same information, a couple sentences, a couple of keywords. You pick out, okay, how long is this campaign going to run? I'm just going to leave it here, but I could choose a different date if I wanted. What channels do I want to market across? Yeah, I'm going to market across all of these. And look at that. We haven't talked about this. Constant Contact comes with an event management tool that allows you to have customized registration, customized branding, customized marketing in terms of the hero image and all the elements of your event registration. You can even charge for the event if you need to. Doubt that's very common, but you can if you want. In Constant Contact, this event tool comes in all of our plans. I'm in real estate and create a campaign. Now, it's going to take about 3 minutes to actually build this campaign up for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the old cooking show trick. Have you ever watched a cooking show where the person on the show shows you the ingredients and like mixes stuff in a bowl, that puts it in the pan, puts it in the oven, and then seconds later they pull out the finished good? I'm going to do the same thing here. So rather than sit and wait for 3 minutes for this to be accomplished, I'm going to show you one of these campaigns that I built right before today's session. It built me a multi-channel campaign. All right, so because this event's coming up really soon, it's built me one email, an event registration, a social post, and an SMS. Had my event been further in the future, I would have seen 2 or 3 or 4 emails written for me. I would have seen several social media posts. And what's brilliant about this is not only is it creating this content, it has actually built the emails. It's actually written the social media posts. It's actually built the SMS messages and my event registration. It's smart enough to know, oh, Matt's trying to promote an event. So the first email might be just a general announcement. As we get closer, it starts to build up that fear of missing out for people. edging people closer and closer up to the event to where there will be a last minute reminder like, hey, make sure you register. All of this can be and should be reviewed by humans, right? You do need to review it to even say, yep, this is good. But you should review all this content, not just because AI is not perfect and you want to make sure the messaging is right, but also for any kind of regulation and legal issue that you want to make sure that it's buttoned up. But boy, this takes so much of the effort off and helps anyone be an effective marketer.
That's right. I love it. I call this the mic drop because truly just from somebody, I joke all the time, even though I've been working in tech for so many years. I was joking and I said, hey, we need to take tech specialists off of my business card because a lot of these things, listen, I know what I'm good at. You guys know what you're good at. And sometimes these are the things that hold us back because we know we need to be doing it, but maybe it's just not technically what we're great at. Somebody mentioned in the chat, like, hey, I'm not quite as savvy as Tommy might be, or whatever that is. The glorious thing here, guys, is this is what's going to take that stress off of you. This is going to save you time. This is what is going to save you money. I have coached agents for over a decade that are spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars every month on lead generation. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to knock all forms of paid leads, but I am going to knock anything that you spend that you are not nurturing, right? The goal here is that you guys need to really lean into where the majority of your business is coming from. And that is building that database and keeping top of mind, right? And so I really want to challenge you all here today. There has never been an easier time to put on that marketing hat, right? Go ahead and start making a commitment. I'm going to do an email once a week. I'm going to do a text message once a week. Or I'm sorry, I do a social post once a week. And if you want to engage in SMS, wonderful. But you've got to start somewhere, and it's very inexpensive. If you go on our website at constantcontact.com, you guys will see that our packages start at $12. It is all based on your list size, right? So if you have a list of under 500 contacts, you're going to be in those lower level prices, right? And it all grows from there. That's to show you guys your success is our success, right? We want to go with you. We want to grow with you. And what Matt showed you today is allowing you to be able to leverage what other industries are doing well, right? Other industries like retail, I know that if I'm going to see a product, my shampoo, for example, is a good like recent example, I see them in my social media, right? Then I'm getting an email campaign giving me more details. And then I'm getting a text message giving me like updates on the new, winter scents or things like that, right? We're building the view, the brand. We're giving people the insight and we're causing people to act now. We've got to lean into this with real estate, but AI can help us do it. AI never replaces the agent. AI doesn't replace the person. In a world where AI is crucial, you can still have your authenticity reign supreme. You still power your brand. And we would love the opportunity to be able to make that easier for you. So we want to cause you, encourage you all to take action, scan that QR code. I know Tom put the link in the chat box. Doing it through RE Technology, you get all kinds of discounts, but feel free, start with that free trial. Our people are ready to help you. We have folks that are here ready to coach, help, guide you, hold your hand for however long you need. Or if you are a skilled if you are a skilled marketer, we've got some pretty cool stuff that we can even teach the most trained marketing expert. So thank you all so much. Any questions? There's me. That's my number. That's my email. Reach out. I am your local real estate expert here at Constant Contact. And Matt, thank you for joining me. You are the all-knowing one when it comes to constant contact. I think every time we talk, I learn something new about our product, no matter how long I've been here now.
Well, I will say thank you to everybody, and that was just the tip of the iceberg of what comes with Constant Contact.
Yeah,
that's just the stuff we had able to cram into this, webinar. There's so much functionality available for you.
I'm
Don't be scared of
gonna
it.
agree with Stephanie. I think my jaw dropped at a few points, seeing some of what you guys could actually do. I'm like, wow, forgot about that. So really,
I'm
thank you
not
so
gonna
much.
lie, I almost called you out because I was like, hey, if you guys want to know what a light bulb moment looks like, look at Tommy right now. Because I was like, I think even Tom's like, oh shoot, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, a couple of times. But we do have a couple of questions I'd love to address. But real quickly, before we do that, folks, if you're sitting here and you feel like you're stuck in the mud, right? And you know what you need to do, but you haven't done it yet, and you're ready to make that change in your business, extremely affordable tool, high level of support, covers all the bases that you need to start doing this stuff. So It is risk-free. Check it out. Try it. 30 days. See if you like it.
Or anything. We just give it to you guys, and happy to be able to serve all of your massive audience at RE Technology, Tommy. So thank you so much. And we'll also give you guys a bunch of follow-up materials and everything. And
Someone said in the chat, it's not the old Constant Contact for sure.
That's the truth. This is not your mama's Constant Contact.
So
but I will tell you all, we are celebrating our 30th anniversary. We have a big company kickoff next week where our entire company is meeting together, which first of all, I was very impressed with when I came to the company that they take the time and effort for that. The theme of our kickoff is 1995. So that's super fun. And we are really going to just celebrate everything that we've done to build the #1 digital marketing company with the world's #1 email deliverability in the world. And also that we are not just email marketing, right? We truly are multifaceted. And if you have a CRM that you love, remember that's your sales CRM. We are happy and probably integrate with your CRM that we can kind of supercharge the functionality that you have with that. So definitely don't be afraid to ask us questions about integrating with whatever sales CRM you're using, and really think of this as your marketing platform, your marketing CRM.
Yeah, so quick question we had. Someone had asked about the text messaging. Are you required to have an EIN number?
I don't believe so, Matt.
No, you can use your SSN. There's some special steps, and I cannot remember them off the top of my head of when you use your SSN, that you have to get verification, but EIN or SSN.
Perfect. Yep. Thanks for that one. Another great question is, good presentation. What will be the cost after the trial period? I think that varies, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it varies. It ranges from $12. Our base for under 500 contacts starts at $12 up till $85, I think. You guys get 30% off your first 3 months because of attending the RE Technology webinar. So again, it's all based on your list size. And once you're in the product, you'll be able to see all that. And then our reps can also help you navigate that as well. Somebody asked what CRM is recommended for real estate business. That is a big loaded question, but I'm going to be honest with you. I could give you reasons to like lots of CRMs. I believe that for your functionality of marketing and staying in touch with clients, Constant Contact is absolutely everything you need. What we do not have in Constant Contact, because that's just not our business, is transaction management. Anything else you're going to be able to do with the sales CRM, whether it's Follow Up Boss or KV Core, or if you're with Keller Williams and you're using Command, you'll be able to have all that functionality with Constant Contact and more from the marketing perspective, but we do not offer transaction management. So yes, we work with lots of brokerages that use Constant Contact as their preferred CRM, and then have their own transaction management tool.
Great answer. Also a great way to kind of protect your list, right? You talked about kind of owning your list, right? Keeping it in your own database, and so
100%. That list is yours, guys. No matter what happens with socials, no matter what happens with whatever brokerage you're at, stays with you, goes with you, grows with you. Your list is your gold mine. Did we miss any
other questions? But folks, we do still have quite a few of you on. So if you have questions, you have feedback, please share it with us. We'd love to hear them. Someone asked, how many businesses can I have, Joan? You can have as many as you want.
That's right. That's right. We actually have, so real estate is actually a very common industry for people to have multiple businesses. I did business for many years with a woman who was a real estate agent who had a candle company, and she was so successful. I think most of her clients were candle clients, so that she would sell candles with. Yeah, so absolutely, you can have lots of businesses. Is that the data is mine in Constant Contact to download at any time. That's right. That is your data. Yep.
And the data, let me just clarify. It's not just your contacts, because we've been kind of hammering that home. Your contacts are yours, but it's also literally the KPIs. So the key indicators of how successful your campaigns were. So you'll be able to actually download, if you want, how well your emails did, and have that as a PDF forever or an Excel forever.
Yeah, all your
That's your
metrics.
data. That's your data.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Your data is your data, friends. We are living in a day and age where that is so important. You got to keep it with you.
Yeah, I love what you guys talked about segmentation, right? To drive that engagement and targeting your audience with relevant content. That is so important now more
I
than
could do a whole session, Tom. We have a segmentation tool that you set it up. You say, hey, hey, Constant Contact, I want you to find me people that live here, have this income, interested in this kind of property, detail, maybe lakeside, whatever. And Constant Contact will just go find those people in your list. And then you'll have this living list of people that meet that criteria, and you can email to that list. You can even automate email or text to that list. Now, of course, it's only as good as the data you supply Constant Contact. Constant Contact doesn't know the zip code or the buying habits of somebody we don't know. It's only as good as the data you provide us. But if you provide us the data, we'll cut it up for you dynamically, automatically.
Hey, Matt, do me a favor. Someone was asking.
Can we put the code back up?
slide back up?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
let's get that back
One
up.
thing I wanted to say to you guys, since we still got a lot of people on here, if you guys don't mind me talking about, sending the right people to the right kind of content at the right time is like Matt, we could talk forever about it. And I want to relate it in our industry. Number one, I had a client reach out to me not too long ago talking about she made a big boo-boo. So what was that? And she said, you know how you say not to spray your marketing out everywhere? I said, yes. She's like, I did that. She sent out an email to her entire database. And basically it was an email about like, hey, Stephanie, I think it's a great time for you to sell your home. Let's see what your investment is worth. And she sent it to people that she recently sold a home to in the past week, 2 weeks, right? Like, and she had people call, her client called her and was like, hey, did you mean to send this to me? I still have boxes in my foyer. Again, lighthearted, right? But again, we don't want to send out content that's super irrelevant, because then that hurts our brand, it hurts our authenticity. And I want to share with you guys just super fast. I saw a video on Instagram or something not too long ago. And basically it was like this big long staircase in this video. And at the bottom of the staircase was a glass jar. And at the top of the staircase was this big giant bin filled with ping pong balls. And so in the video, the big giant bin was dumped, and all the ping pong balls were going down these stairs. Think like the rocky stairs, and all these ping pong balls were going. Listen, not one of the ping pong balls went inside the glass jar, went right over it. The next image and the next kind of scene, they had somebody standing on that staircase one at a time, tossing the ping pong balls one at a time. And it was like 1 out of every 3 ping pong balls went in the glass jar. Amazing. And I was like, this is marketing, right? Back in the day, it was like, get it out to the masses. Now the consumer expects targeted, right? We expect to know that you are going to send me information that's relevant to me. So
we're so used to it. It's like your phone's listening to you.
Right. I mean, I'm in the furniture. I'm a furniture person right now because I'm getting all new furniture. And so I am getting targeted with all kinds of great stuff like Pottery Barn. You are listening and you are reading my mail, and I'm here for it.
Couple of quick questions. Couple of quick questions. Are we going to be sending out the slides with this? Is that something that you're willing to do to the people who attended here today and registered?
We're not going to be able to send out all the slides, but we do have some recap information. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll also send you guys the recording, so you can access this at any time. You can, go back through it. You'll all get that. Someone else came in late, Kay Schneider. We did have this question earlier. You can have multiple businesses on the CRM, or multiple CRMs for each one, right? Multiple accounts. So absolutely there.
Or really, you're going to want to, if you have multiple businesses, you just have multiple lists, right? Like you're going to obviously market to these specific people, or you could even have one list and have it segmented based on different businesses and different campaigns that you're going to have going out. Would you agree with that, Matt?
I would caution, and I better go here. So Constant Contact has a partner program that Stephanie and I are actually part of, that we partner with different organizations. And one solution that we have in our partner program is the ability to run multiple businesses through one Constant Contact account. And basically it just kind of syncs up all the different businesses in the Constant Contact experience. The reason I suggest potentially doing that is because if you're running multiple businesses from one Constant Contact account, this is true of our competitors too. If I unsubscribe to that one business email, you just lost me for all the other emails.
That's a great.
So that is something to consider. Now, the person asking the question, I would probably want to know a little bit more. But if the person's asking that question, takes this into mind and says, well, Matt mentioned this partner program, the person you talk to will actually transfer you over to the right people.
Yeah. See a question here. Do you have a data scanning system for the data, or will I have to manually do it? Well, how would you answer that, Matt?
I don't understand the question.
So I could actually give a good answer to that. Maybe this will help you understand it, Matthew. Is that the person who asked it actually asked if AI can handle that, and the answer is yes. So I don't know if you guys have a built-in tool for this, but you can take a photo of a list, written list, or in a Word document, and actually ask ChatGPT to organize that for you into an Excel file. And it will actually separate those different fields out for you. It's super easy.
No,
You
we
can do
don't
it
do
as
that.
a
Oh, okay. So
CSV
we're just talking
file.
about like data transfer, like from one
No,
database
because they have them written down, they said. So if you have them written or you have them in a Word doc, you absolutely can upload that to ChatGPT, ask it to organize it as a CSV file, and then you can upload it right to any system.
No, we don't have that. We do have a mobile app, which you might expect, where you can build an email, you can edit an email, you can look at the reporting, you can look at your contacts, manipulate your contacts, but you can also use your phone camera to scan something like a business card, and it will transfer that information into Constant Contact for you. So that's the closest analog I can think of that we offer.
That's great. Great tool.
Well, thanks, ChatGPT, for helping us with that.
Yeah, I didn't know it did that.
Makes it easy. It's like these old tasks. I mean, everything we've talked about here today. It's these things that used to
Oh, as
take.
soon as I wrap up this webinar, I'm having it build a PowerPoint for me right now.
And I think we might have one more in the Q&A. Can Instagram posts be reels?
Not yet.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't have a time frame on that, but it's not doing reels just yet.
Not yet. Let's leave it that with that coy look in my eye.
Yeah.
Proprietary information I can't share.
Right. Wink, wink. Oh, that's the one that was in the chat box. Awesome. Well, you guys, it has been real. It has been fun, and it has been real fun. RE Technology, thank you so much for having us. It's always great with you. You guys have the best audience, super engaged, and we're here to support you guys in any way we can. So look out for emails coming your way. Save my number, save my email. You guys can reach out to me anytime. If you are a broker out there and you would like for us to come and teach a class for your office, hit me up. We do that. I do this all the time. Association leaders, if you guys would like some education at your association, give me a call, shoot me an email. We would be happy to provide education for your office. That is what my team does. And I would love to be able to bring some AI magic, or we can do an SMS class, or we can kind of get creative with it. So definitely reach out to me.
Stephanie, is there a cost to those classes?
There is not.
So they're absolutely free.
Yes, yes. All of our education is absolutely free. So happy to partner with you guys in that way as well. All right. So Lou says, oh, I would love to have a class at my brokerage. Yay. We would love to join you at your brokerage. So yeah, let's connect. I will get this information from the chat. Michael and Tom, I'm sure you guys can get that information to me so we can reach out.
No, if you want to drop your phone number in there to the hosts and panelists too, that would be super helpful.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Love to do that. We have one of my coworkers, Dylan Handy. He is incredible. He runs our broker division and does an awesome job just really being able to nurture and bring good value to your agents, all that good stuff. Cool. All right, guys. Have the best day ever. I can say it one last time. Happy 2025. Happy New Year. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Guys, thanks again for joining us. Stephanie, Matthew, always a pleasure. And for all of you guys who are subscribers to RET, thank you for turning to us for that technology education. Everyone have a great day.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.